AutoNation reporting third quarter results, which exceeded Wall Street estimates on both the top and the bottom lines. And joining us now, Cheryl Miller, CEO of AutoNation, and great to have you on set with us today. These are numbers that we always like to look at in terms of how we think of auto sales in the United States as a barometer of economic activity. And we've heard for years now that peak sales had occurred and that we couldn't expect results to continue quite as strong, but these seem strong.
We had a really solid quarter. So EPS of $1.11 a share compared to analyst consensus of $1.05. Revenue was up 3%. Gross profit was up 5%. Customer financial services was up a record 8% on a per vehicle basis. And then we also had really strong customer care results, up 6%. On top of that, we had some great tailwinds in interest rates. So instead of having 3 hikes for the year, we had 2 cuts for the year. And that really provided a nice tailwind for us as well.
Right. There was a lot of things in the quarter. We did some work at CNBC, and $1.07 is, if you factor out some one-time items, but solidly above expectations. What I'm interested in are these segment results. So domestic segment up 5%, $70 million. Imports up 2%, $85, but premium luxury up 16%. I'm trying to figure out what that means, $89 million compared to a year ago. What does that mean?
Really strong product launches. So if you think about some of the product refreshes in premium luxury from Mercedes all the way through, some really great product, and it really drove some really strong results for us in the quarter. Mike,
before he left, tried to... Before he left as CEO, he's chairman, obviously, but he tried to broaden the product offerings to service and more recurring business. How's that? That's reflected in these
brand
results.
Extension is an amazing part of our business. So if you think about customer care, up 6%, so really solid results in that. And we're not just relying on new vehicle sales. So if you look at used, really strong used results in the quarter as well.
Pre-owned?
Pre-owned.
Mike always said I think by the end he was saying
nearly new. So we call it
nearly new. Oh my God!
And so really strong results. And so if I think
McKinsey came up with that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, right.
When I think about the breadth of performance, it's really strong, and also cost control. So if you take out one-timers, you see really good cost discipline in the business. So I feel really good about that. And really, if you think about the consumer is doing well. And we've got this tailwind in rates, and that's really substantial.
So that has helped. The rates coming down.
A big help in affordability, and so we feel really good about where we're positioned.
So it does have an effect. We just were told that lower rates don't have an effect.
It doesn't matter as much
for in the car business.
Some other places, but
but it's also the new product.
Right.
There's the advertising campaigns are. I mean, there's a lot of money being spent right now.
Right, in a disciplined way, but yes.
You think in a disciplined way?
I think so.
Cheryl, what about truck sales? I mean, I remember talking to Mike about this for 12 or 13 years before the Great Recession. How are truck sales doing? Because it's a good indicator of how contractors are doing, and that's a good indicator of housing, which is a big part of the economy.
Well, look at the employment numbers, right? Employment's strong, and so we're seeing strength in trucks. We're seeing strength in SUVs. And so we're excited about the lineups that are out there. We're relieved that the GM strike is over. So we're glad that that's been resolved, and we're in really good position with respect to GM inventory.
Right. What did it mean for the strike? Did you get to the point where you were running low on inventories?
We really weren't, and so we were really well positioned. So during the strike period, we had plenty of supply. I would say parts got a little bit tight, but in terms of vehicles, no material impact in the third quarter, and we feel really good about how we'll close out the year with them.
What was your first month, Cheryl, when you took over at CEO? I was just looking at the chart. Looks like so far so good.
It looks like a pretty good run.
Yeah.
Right? So I feel good about that.
You got great employees, obviously. Far be it from you to take credit
amazing
for
associates.
Before taking over CEO, you had already started a strategic initiative with Waymo. Is that
correct?
That's your deal. And is it? Where does that stand? Is it
really excited to announce today that we've actually extended that multi-year contract? So we have a multi-year extension on the service part of the business.
Well, I don't even understand how that works. Yeah.
Waymo vehicles? Is that
we do service Waymo vehicles. Okay. So if you
how many Waymo vehicles are on the road?
There's a decent amount on the road. If you're out in Phoenix, take a look around, and we're servicing those, and not
you say decent. Is that tens of dozens? Is that hundreds?
More than that.
Okay.
Hundreds.
Thousands?
Yeah, there's hundreds on the road out there. And if you look at that, we've been maintaining those vehicles. We just extended that. We have a rider program. So if you're at AutoNation Toyota of Tempe, you have the ability, instead of taking a shuttle, to take a Waymo back to the office.
You take a Waymo with no driver?
Right now, they often have safety drivers, and that's up to Waymo how they run the program today.
Okay.
But we're also really excited today talking about autonomous parts delivery.
That's what I want to understand. Tell me about that. So how does that? So parts delivery in Waymo vehicle
in Phoenix, Arizona. So if you think about that, out at AutoNation Toyota of Tempe, we sell a lot of parts. So we sell great Toyota parts to a lot of other businesses, a lot of independents in the market. And so now instead of putting an employee in our vehicle or in a shuttle vehicle to take it over to deliver a part, we're now going to have the Waymo deliver that for us. So we'll be excited in the coming months to launch that.
With gas prices down here where they are,
yeah,
you're selling gas guzzlers still. I mean,
they're so much more fuel efficient than they used to be.
But okay,
yeah.
but what's the total percentage of electric cars at this point?
Really small. So these days it's still
de minimis almost.
A couple percent max if you include hybrids in there even.
And how about trucks and SUVs?
Huge percentage, so 50-60% depending on if you combine the CUVs in there as well.
Yeah.
What about EVs? We always talk about Tesla. I know you guys have not been Tesla fans over the years, but
it's a great product.
You think where is the EV market right now?
So we are really excited about what Porsche's doing in there. So with the Taycan coming out, thrilled to be seeing that entrant into the marketplace. And there's a lot of great product coming from the traditional manufacturers.
The people who want to buy that vehicle, are they buying it because it's an EV, or are they buying it because it's a Porsche?
Both, right? So if you think about the deposits, I mean, that thing's already sold out.
Right.
And so it's going to be pretty amazing when it comes. It's already pre-sold, and it's going to be amazing.
But when you think
to see
about people talking about the market for EVs, as if it's a separate market, and I always have wondered whether that's the right way to think about it.
Not anymore. No, I think it's a great question. So I think the market for EVs and think about hybrids, everything in between, is really about customer demand, customer preference.
It's always more than one. When you bought that Highlander, was it because it was a four-cylinder or because it was a minivan? Which of it really got you most excited?
Well, the Highlander's not exactly a minivan.
If you have 3 children and you
close enough.
If you don't want to own a minivan,
there's not a lot of 3-row choices.
And you need 3 rows with kids, it's not a bad way to go.
I agree. I agree with that.
I have a minivan. There's nothing wrong with that.
Utility vehicle.
It's a
I just looked up what the new Porsche looks like. I'm thinking of maybe.
It's pretty nice, right?
Before the segment ends.
Oh my God!
Tell everybody what you're supporting.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm wearing them right here.
We raised over $20 million.
Shoes.
Really proud of our 26,000 associates.
Right.
So we had Drive Pink Across America today.
Right.
We had that in October 15th. We delivered thousands of care bags to both adults and children cancer patients. And it's really a common purpose that unites the company, both customers, employees, and all of us at AutoNation.
Those are like size 13s. You're swimming in those things.
I've got them on. I've got a pair as well.
Mine are comfy.
Well, you got so much room in there. I mean, God almighty. You got 6 inches of room.
Great commuter shoes. You can wear them all over the city.
Cheryl, thank you.
Thanks for having me today.
Fantastic.